Entrepreneur's hard because you have to make your own hours. Now, to a lot of employed people, this seems like a great benefit. But to me, it's actually very tough because now you have to manage yourself, which is literally one of the hardest things you can do. And I've been an entrepreneur for about 10 years now, and I've experimented a lot with my working hours. Here's what I'm doing right now, which works really great. I switch between really hard work days and then days where I can be a bit more creative and a bit more relaxed. So let's say Monday, I will literally wake up at 5 a.m. and I'll start working from 6:30 because it takes some time to get to the office, and I'll come home at 8 p.m., which makes it, some people would say, a 14-hour workday. Obviously, I don't work 14 hours. I work more so like 10, 11 hours, but I mean focused hours. And for a lot of you saying we're working 10 hours, you're not working 10 hours, because if you've actually ever worked 10 hours, you would have known that it's absolutely demolishing. As an entrepreneur, if you're coding 12 hours a day, I believe you can do that because that's a very static job. And I'm not putting down the coders. My sister is a programmer, but you don't have to switch gears that much. As an entrepreneur, I will literally get on 2 client calls. I'll record a video. I have to do an analytical breakdown of ad campaigns. Then I have to write ad copy for one of the clients. It's extremely exhausting. And doing 10, 11 hours like that is brutal. So I'll do that on Monday, but then on Tuesday, I'll stay home and I'll work maybe 5, 6 hours. And on that day, I can record content. I do competitor analysis, right, which I can do on my phone and on my computer, which may sound like waste of time, but it's really is not, because a good part of the progress I make with clients comes from me funnel hacking and looking into what competitors does so that I can replicate that onto my clients, which is why my clients are getting great results. So that's Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'll do the same thing again. I'll wake up at 5:30 or so and I'll come back at 8. And I've been doing that especially in the winter and fall months, because what the hell else are you going to do? And I'm fine with that. Sure, I'll wake up and go to work when it's dark. I'll come back when it's dark, but it's the winter arc. I don't really care. Will I do this in the summer? I'm not sure. I will see. But probably I will, because I'd much rather have like one full complete day when I immerse myself in work, and then I can be a bit more relaxed, and do the 9 to 5 where you can't really relax in the morning because you still have to wake up and go to work. And then when you come from work, you really come home at like 6, 7 and you're still tired and you have to go to bed again in a couple of hours. So you're kind of like stuck between these two schedules, which I personally don't like.